Hi, teacher.
Hello, Leandro. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine too.
Sorry
Well,
for arriving in retard because my teacher decided to give us an exam. Approve. It wasn't like an exam with approve, and it was until 11:30, and I sent my work at this time.
okay, don't worry, it's fine.
Okay.
Let's please continue. And now we are going to start a new model, which is A9. And let's please begin with this new model. So what are you going to be reviewing on vocabulary? Well, you are going to be reviewing about idioms, idioms related to cheer up. As you know, idioms can be also known as phrases, all right, that people use to refer to the meaning of the phrase, or sometimes it doesn't have to do at all with the phrase. It means something totally different. And these idioms that you are going to be reviewing on this unit are going to be related to cheer up. Let's begin with the first one. Cheer up. The meaning of cheer up is to become happier. And here we have an example. Please, can you read on this example?
Okay. They cheered up at the mention of her name.
Yes, and this happens especially like in graduations, like different ceremonies, right? When people feel so proud that they have to express their emotions and they just cheer up. And this is something very, very common for Americans to cheer up in like soccer games, baseball games, basketball games, and any other activity that they consider, to like motivate, they cheer up always. This is something that we are not used to do, but Americans do all the time. Well, let's go for the next one. Go for it. The meaning of go for it is to do anything you have to do in order to get something, all right? And here we have an example. Please, can you read on this example?
I am thinking of applying for that job. Go for it.
Yes, so saying like you can do it, right? And
Yes,
here,
yes, yes.
hang in there. The meaning of hang in there means like basically said as a way of telling someone to not give up despite difficulties. All right. This despite is the same meaning as besides or okay, despite. No matter how many difficulties you may have, don't give up. Please, can you read on this example?
Okay. Work can get tough in the middle of a term, but hang in there, and it will be okay.
All right. And the next one, have a heart. The meaning of have a heart is basically referring to use to ask someone to be kinder to you, to be more polite with you. Here we have an example, please.
Don't make me write it again. Have a heart.
Correct. And the next one, keep cool. To stay calm in a difficult situation. And we have an example also, please.
I don't know how you manage to keep such a cool head in such a hectic, stressful office.
Yes. All right. And let's please move forward. Lighten up. The meaning of lighten up is to become more relaxed and less serious. Here we have two examples, please.
Okay? Oh, lighten up. I was only joking.
Mhm.
I wish she'd just lighten up.
Correct. And the next one, play it by ear. The meaning of play it by ear is to decide how to deal with a situation as it develops, rather than acting according to plans made earlier. And here we have an example, please.
Okay? We can't make a decision yet. Let's just play it by ear.
And well, the next phrase, stick to your guns. Stick to your guns means to continue to have your beliefs or continue with a plan of action, even if other people disagree with you. Here,
Okay. Despite harsh criticism, she is sticking to her guns on these issues.
yes, issues. All right. And the next one, wait and see. To wait to discover what will happen.
Okay. No decision will be made until the next year, so you will just have to wait and see.
Yes. And the last one, watch out. Used to warn someone of danger or an accident that seems likely to happen.
Okay. Watch out, he shouted, but it was too late. She had knocked the whole tray of drinks onto the floor. Onto the floor.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. And well, these are the phrases that you're going to be reviewing on this unit.
Okay.
So, do you have any doubts or questions about these phrases?
Yes. First, what does it mean in the middle of a term? In the first picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that there. In the middle of a term. What does it mean that?
In the middle of a term? Oh, work can get tough in the middle of a term. When you are in the middle of doing something, when you are halfway of something.
Okay.
For example, when you are working and you have been there for not a year, but you have been there for 5 months and you're halfway through, no? To finish.
Yeah.
Or when you are making an assignment and you're just halfway through, that means in the middle of a term, halfway.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then what does it mean in the last example? It says like, I don't know how you manage to keep such a cool head in such a hectic. What does it mean, hectic?
Like stressful.
Yeah. It's like stressful.
It is like stressful in a stressful or very busy office with a lot of work, you know?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And then in the next page, there, um, what does it mean, harsh in the example of stick to your guns? What does it
Oh,
mean, harsh criticism?
oh, hard, tough criticisms, like very rough criticisms.
Ah, okay. Harsh criticism. And then I think, and finally, in the last example, it says she had knocked the whole tray of drinks onto the floor. What is she? What does it mean? Like she had knocked the whole tray of drinks?
It means that she let loose all the drinks that maybe they were on a table or on top of something and they fell into the ground.
Ah, okay. And what does it mean, tray specifically?
Tray means something like a bucket, como una bandeja, like a plate.
Ah, okay.
That's the meaning of a tray.
Okay. I think that will be that will be.
All right, very good. So these will be all of the phrases that you're going to be reviewing related to cheer up in this unit. Well, let's please move forward. Grammar. What are you going to be reviewing in grammar? Well, you're going to be reviewing about the use of the past continuous tense with when. As you know, when is an interruption, right, in the sentence. And well, when short action past simple tense. Here we have examples. I was watching TV when Jim knocked the door. After when, as it says here, you need to have a interrupted tense, simple past tense, interrupted action, knocked, okay? And when can be used at the beginning or in the middle. And when it's used at the beginning, you have to separate the two statements with a comma. So you can also say, when Jim knocked the door. I was watching TV.
Okay.
Or you can say, I was watching TV when Jim knocked the door.
The
Always
first
after,
one doesn't have a comma.
yes, the first one doesn't have a comma. Why? Because we are using when in the middle of the two statements. So this action was going on in the past when suddenly it was interrupted by this action.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So when this interrupted action happened, he was doing this ongoing action in the past, of course.
Okay.
So basically, whenever you're going to be using when, the connector is whenever you want to express an interruption in the sentence.
An interruption in the past.
An interruption in the sentence in the past tense.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say, while the teacher was talking, he started, I don't know, he started, or he raised his hand. Interruption, right? And well, let's please work on the practices if you don't have any doubt or questions.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. Let's begin, please, with the practices. There you go. That's the first one. And let me know when you finish so I can send you the second one, okay?
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, teacher, I've already finished.
Great. And how did you do on this practice?
I think good. I got 10 over 10.
All right, very good. Let's please work on this second practice.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, teacher, I've already finished.
Great. And how did you do?
I think good. I got like two wrong or one.
All right, that's perfect. Okay. So well, is there any doubts or questions that you may have about the use of the past continuous with when?
Um, Not about the use of this. It's a kind of question apart from this. It's like I saw an exercise where the exercise said the burglar was hiding when the police came enter the house. Like when you use the word enter, you don't have to use enter in as in Spanish. You just put enter and the place.
Yes, enter and the place is correct because the
Uh,
action itself explains the meaning. So not need for you explaining and specifically mentioning in.
okay, okay. Yeah, thank
Mhm.
you. That will be.
You're welcome. Let's please continue. Models of permission now. Well, whenever we are talking about permission, we can use the following verbs. We can use may, which is very formal. For example, may I use your phone? Could. Could your mother join us tomorrow for lunch? Which is also formal than may, but in a less frequency. Can, which is less informal. Can I borrow your book, your black coat? Can I use this chair? Less formal. Can. This is for asking permission. Whenever we give permission, may is the most formal modal verb, and can will be the less formal. So for may, giving permissions, please can you read on these examples?
Okay, you may take this Friday off from work. You may turn in your homework late.
Yes, and the other model, can, and their examples, please.
You can use my phone to call your father. You can come with us.
Very good. And whenever we are saying someone has permission, whenever we say that someone had the permission, may is the most formal and can is the less formal, the same as giving permissions. Please, can you read on these examples?
Students may enter for free. Passengers may sit anywhere. All the children can use the playground, and teachers can use our resources for free.
Yes. And this will be the models of permission. And you have the division also, like the chart of asking permissions, giving permissions, and saying that someone has the permission. And well, as you can see, the models that we are going to be reviewing now are may, could, and can. Do you have any doubts or questions about this?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Okay, very good. Let's please work on the practices. There you go.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay, did you have already finished?
Great. So I will be sending you the second practice, okay?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, did you have already finished?
Great. And how did you do?
I think good, but I think that you have to check this because in these answers are like you have to write, and I think that I didn't write the exactly thing that the page wanted.
Oh, in Kahoot, in live,
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
live practice? Oh, let's check. All right. So request and asking permission. Let's see. Write the best option to request or ask permission. Be careful with the usage of can, could, or may.
Yeah, that principally.
All right. So we are. It says, tell your mom that you want to go out with your friends tonight. Mom, oh, okay. Can I go? Yes. Why could? In the present, it must be in the present, right? Because this is not a past situation. Could is for the past and can is for present.
Okay.
Mhm. Ask your teacher that you want a drink. You want a drink of water. May I drink some water? May. Podría, ¿no?
Okay.
Yes. Here, tell your brother that you want the door open. Can you keep the door open? Okay, could you open the door? Can you open the door? All right, here they use can and the verb in the present, of course, because if you're using a model in the present tense, you have to use the verb in the present tense as well. You could say, brother, can you keep the door open?
Okay.
In the present. You said to a woman at the bus stop that you want to sit down. Can I sit down here? Okay. You say to a woman at the bus stop that you want to sit down. Oh, it's a something that passed. All right, but you express it in the present. Okay, this one is correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm there. Yes.
Yes, here, can you read these books? And it says choose the correct question for each situation. Actually, I think it's asking for holding. Could you
Yes.
open the door? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he wanted her to open the door.
Yes.
Okay, but I understand it was the picture, right? So don't worry.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, that would be.
All right, okay. Just remember, right? Can is a modal verb that expresses ability in the present, and could is the past.
Okay.
Nonetheless, they can be used for permission. All right, let's please work on the next part. Well, we are going to be reviewing now comparative clauses. What are the comparative clauses? Well, there are patterns that we can use, like here, as you see, the patterns in red. With not as, so as, for example, expressing comparison. Being a nurse is not as interesting as being a doctor. Being a student is not hard as being a teacher, or being a student is so hard as being a teacher. Both of them, not or so. Here, pattern as, and also with just, if you want. Living in the country is just as expensive as living in London. Living in the country is as expensive as living in London. Patterns such and as. I've never been to such a good party as that one. Mhm. And well, as you can see here, we are comparing to things, to places, to people, to objects, but not with comparative adjectives. We are using patterns, not as to express negative. No, they are not. So as, not as, or just as, such and as. And well, these are comparative clauses. Why? Because this is a clause. From where it begins the comparison, it's a clause. So basically is the comparison when you make the comparison part as between nurse and doctor, between a student and a teacher, between a country, the country that you live in, and London, between this one. Oh, this one is not comparison. You're saying, I've never been to such a good party as that one. Okay, you're comparing parties in general that you have been into specifically this party. Also comparison. Well, and these are just patterns. And as you can see, in between the pattern, you can use an adjective. Interesting, hard, expensive. good party, all right? Adjective and noun also. Doubt or questions about this?
I don't think so. I understand.
All right, perfect. Let's please work on the practices. That's the first one. Let me know, please, so I can send you the second one. Thank you.
Okay. Teacher, I think that the link is bad because it says me redoble de tambores. Ya están los resultados de este desafío.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yes.
try with this second link, please. I will immediately access to these practices. Oh, maybe they expired already. Oh my goodness. Please access to the second one and let me know if you're able, okay? And I will,
Yes, I think that this is working.
oh, okay, great.
Yes. Okay. I will let you know then.
Thank you.
Okay, did you have already finished?
Great. I will be sending you the second practice, okay? There you go.
Okay. Did you have a question?
For me.
When you want to compare something with colors, like this apple is as red as this, when you want to say that is more red than other thing, you say that, isn't it? Like more red. You can say like reddest.
Oh no, you cannot say red. You have to say more red than.
You say more red, more green, like that.
Yes, more, yes. More before the color.
Okay, thank you. Okay, did you have already finished?
All right, great. And how did you do on this practice?
I think good. I got thing like two wrong.
All right. Well, that's amazing. Now you know that besides adjective, comparative adjectives, you can also use these patterns to compare. All right. Also adjective, comparative adjectives, and also these patterns. All right. Well, let's please work on the survey, and that will be all for today. We will continue on tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank you very much and see you tomorrow.
Okay, teacher. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
The same for you. Goodbye.